What effects will GTA 6 have on the wider gaming industry? In today's video, we're going to take a quick little outlook into what the industry could look like following the release of GTA 6, and also go over some of the things that we've seen from the industry talking about GTA 6. But before we get into today's video, trying to get to 50k subs by the end of the year, so if you could do me a massive favour and tap that subscribe button, it's massively appreciated. Love you all. So to start off with, there is only so many people on the planet, and out of that so many people on the planet, 8 billion approximately, only so many of them will actually play games. So we are dealing with a limited market cap. Yes, it's a lot of people, but in reality, there is only so many people that gaming will appeal to. So gaming, as much as any other industry, is in a very competitive space. Following the release of GTA 6, it's no secret that most people that play games will be playing GTA 6. And if that's a controversial opinion, you're a bit silly, aren't you? So this does mean that a lot of people will be playing GTA 6 as opposed to other games. So in theory, this should have a lot of games developers that aren't Rockstar quite worried about the future of their franchises, especially throughout 2025 to 2026. And initially, I shared that exact same sentiment. But what I've come to realize over the past few months is that GTA 6 is going to do incredible things for the gaming industry. To get started, let's talk about Ubisoft's comments about GTA 6. Ubisoft has commented on Grand Theft Auto 6 and the game's 2025 release window, stating that it would be a positive thing for the video game industry. Assuming Grand Theft Auto 6 releases in 2025 as expected and isn't hit with a release date delay, it will mark a whopping 12 years since the last main series GTA game hit store shelves. Considering this and one simple fact that it's Grand Theft Auto, there are many expecting Grand Theft Auto 6 to be one of the biggest video game releases of all time. The gaming industry and entertainment industry at large will no doubt be keeping their eyes on Grand Theft Auto 6 release date. Releasing a game or a movie close to Grand Theft Auto 6 launch date could spell disaster, as GTA 6 is expected to be an absolute juggernaut of unprecedented proportions, but not all gaming companies are afraid of the Grand Theft Auto 6 release date. Speaking in a recent investors call as reported by GameSpot, Ubisoft looks at the Grand Theft Auto 6 2025 release as a positive thing. Ubisoft CEO said that GTA 6 coming out means more people will come to play, and that historically the company's games have performed well when releasing around the same time as GTA titles. The specific example provided in the investors call was Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag, which was released 1 month after Grand Theft Auto 5 and was a massive commercial success for Ubisoft. So as we can see, a lot of the massive games companies out there aren't worried by GTA 6, and you shouldn't be either. So the first good thing that I think that this will do for the industry is set a precedent and set levels of where game design should be. Over the past few years, a lot of games developers have released games that are less than average, and some of the best games that we've seen have come from slightly more independent developers. I'm hoping that some of the features and technology used in GTA 6 will enable developers to have a baseline of what performs well and what users like utilizing. Yes, there are some legal problems there with patents and loopholes, especially with how many patents Take-Two Interactive have filed, but I'm hoping some of the technology being introduced into GTA 6 can give something for games developers to get inspiration from. And this brings me on to the next point, which is about investment. Now, Grand Theft Auto is known globally. No matter what age you are, you've probably heard of Grand Theft Auto at least. However, the gaming industry to investment firms isn't really considered solid. When talking about the people that have invested into Take-Two Interactive or other games developers, we're not talking about Joe Blogs sat at home. Those sorts of micro investors make up a negligible amount when it comes to the amount of money that passes through a company. For the example of Rockstar Games, a lot of their investors are companies such as JP Morgan & Chase and BlackRock. These are absolutely insanely large investment firms with trillions of dollars at their disposal to invest in whatever they want. At the moment, the go-to investment for these firms are things like gold and hedge funds and stuff like that. With GTA 6 coming out, and especially as BlackRock as well as JP Morgan Chase are invested in Rockstar Games and Take-Two Interactive, hopefully this will attract more attention to the wider industry of investment firms that will cause them to put more money into games developers and gaming companies. Overall, this will give games developers themselves more resources, more finances to spend on certain things, whether it be graphic design, stories, writing, actors, whatever it might be. It will put more money back in the industry and give people a larger tool set to produce the best games possible. As I mentioned earlier in the video, when GTA 6 is released, there's going to be a lot of people not playing other games that are currently out on the market. However, give it a month or two following the release, people will start paying more attention to what other games are out. People would have completed the game, maybe some people don't like the new GTA Online that we're going to be getting with GTA 6, and they decide to play other games. The months leading up to GTA 6, the news is just going to be bombarded with Take-Two Interactive stock price GTA 6, and anything that Rockstar does. And I don't just mean news as in the gaming space news, I mean mainstream media. So for any of the games developers to release a game 3 months before GTA 6 releases or 2 months after, they're going to be hitting in a dead zone of people just not listening to them. However, 6 months following GTA 6's release and a year following the release, we're going to see an explosion in the market of new games coming to market that are attempting to take some of that now expanded market share. And another thing is that GTA 6 is going to be that one game that causes someone who hasn't played any computer games in 10 plus years to go out and actually buy a console, therefore bringing back that retention rate of previous gamers. I know a few friends of mine who literally don't even have a PlayStation, they haven't played games in 10 plus years, but they're specifically going to go out and buy a console to play GTA 6. And what this is going to do is introduce a whole new wave of people getting back into gaming, because after a month or two of having GTA 6, maybe they do want to try another game and they go and visit the Xbox store or the PlayStation store and they buy a new game to try out for a bit. This is going to be introducing new people back into the ecosystem. Now, another area where Rockstar games are going to revolutionize the gaming industry is with the pacing of their games. So at the moment, a lot of games that are coming out on the market appear to be paced quite fast paced in order to keep up that retention, to make the game feel more enjoyable and to give us as players that dopamine release. This has morphed into the mobile gaming market, where a lot of mobile games now constantly give you rewards to keep playing, and they encourage you to play the game regardless of whether you're actually really enjoying the story or the narrative of the game, but you're just playing along with the game to get that dopamine hit. Over the years, Rockstar Games have released many games, and the last release, for example Red Dead Redemption 2, is a prime example of a middle finger to the way that the whole gaming industry is currently pacing games. Red Dead Redemption 2 in some areas felt a little bit painful for most people that don't have a really good attention span, because it was slow, it was about the narrative, it was about the story, and hopefully this shows the wider gaming industry that that is still there and the market still wants that. Obviously, it's not the most generally appealing game, but if you make up for that slow pacing gameplay with incredible immersion, amazing realism, and some really cool features built within the game, people will stay and play for longer, and people will be more patient with the gameplay and the story narrative. I've always been consistently worried about the future of gaming, especially with the future of social media. The reality is they're both different forms of media that we engage with, and people's attention spans are becoming shorter. We can say whether that's because of TikTok, because of Instagram, whatever it might be, or because of even YouTube Shorts. I am guilty of doom scrolling while sat on the toilet, but having longer and more thought out games hopefully gives the gaming industry a direction of where people want it to go. I think one of the worst culprits for this is battle royale games like Fortnite. Now, I understand a lot of people enjoy the game, I've never really got into it myself, however I do like Population 1, but this shows how fast paced the gaming industry is becoming and how fast people want new content to be delivered. Whether that's updates, whether that's short matches, whether that's insanely fast gameplay, people want stuff now and they don't want to wait through a mission to get it. I really don't think that Rockstar are going to take GTA 6 in this direction, and hopefully if they don't take it in that direction, this sets a precedent for the industry to slow down with the way that stories are written for games. We don't need chapter 1 to go into chapter 2 within 2 minutes of us playing in the game. So in summary, it will allow for more creative writing the same way that movies are written. Another really good example of a really well-paced game is The Last of Us. The pacing in that allowed for an enjoyable experience for the player, didn't feel too tedious, also gave you the satisfaction whilst playing through that story. So overall, I'm really excited of where this new future of gaming can actually go because of GTA 6. There's a general consensus that people are missing on the golden era of gaming online with your friends, like 2012 to 2016, where there was just so much cool stuff happening in the gaming industry in that time period. There was just a lot going on, and I feel like we're about to hit the second wave of that, and I think that GTA 6 could be the catalyst. Thank you all for watching today's video. I'm really keen to hear what your thoughts are down below. If you did enjoy the video, make sure you like and subscribe, and a massive thank you to all of my channel members, and I'll see you all in the next one. Spin the cylinder, push it to my head.